You can't book this.
Welcome to Book It Wrestling podcast for the fans, by the fans. We book, rebook, and revisit your favorite wrestling storylines. I'm your commissioner, Lil X Fudge, and today we're here with your GMs, Damone D Money.
John's using a soap bar as internet.
Potato.
The bad guy, Kenny.
BookItVerse is the greatest.
I hate you so much.
Ugh.
Some people say.
And the second return of Hi-Fi Mike.
So technically today is, I don't know, this comes out on Saturday. I heard that Hulk Hogan got voted in for president. Somebody needs to look that up, see if that's true.
Will you come my president, brother?
Some people say it was
I
the
do
best,
it.
brother.
He did.
Trump did the
run
finger
for
poke of
president
doom.
in the 90s.
They shot at
That'd
my
be
president,
wild.
brother.
I have had the Hollywood Hogan theme song stuck in my head.
It's a great
Half the
theme
day.
song.
Well, it's Jimi Hendrix. That's why.
Oh, you talking about
Yeah, he did not deserve that shit.
Yeah, no.
Oh man.
Yeah, that was fire. And the NWO theme song is fire too. But
How
the
could
goat
he be
of
racist
all of
for
them
having
is-
had the
Absolutely.
theme song?
They're
is-
look. The rest of the NWO is
Wolfpack's
great.
the best
Fuck
one.
Hulk Hogan. Oh yeah, for sure.
Like, it's
Wolfpack is
crazy
back,
how he can
causing
have, like, an
mass
amazing
Yeah,
theme
destruction.
I've
with that
realized
black
that
artist.
Hulk Hogan.
And be a racist.
He was the
Hulk
best one
Hogan
anyway.
is
It
the
was
worst
Scott
part
Hall.
of the NWO.
Scott Hall was the best thing about NWO.
Scott Hall. I mean, the outsiders in general
Nah,
were.
it was
fantastic.
Horace Hogan.
Not Horace.
Horace Hogan was. That was the worst. That all right. So when that
No,
happened, that
no,
was
no,
the
it was
worst
Vincent.
storyline. That was like at the end. That was like the last storyline they had.
Horace Hogan
then
might
it
be
became
the
New
worst
Blood.
name ever.
It's his
Horace
real
Hogan
name,
and
I
the
think.
Disciple are my favorite wrestlers.
No,
I
that's
think
an awful name.
I think Horace is his real name.
Imagine a female moaning horse.
Oh God, no.
I mean,
Horace.
it didn't even
Yeah.
spell it like the cool way. He spelled
Hey,
it like the old
Horace
white
man
man
from the
way.
Lakers was a nice power forward, though.
Horse.
Crafty in the
Horace
post.
Hogan. Oh, he's retired. No, his real name's Alan.
Alan,
Yeah, I would be shocked if he really
He
was
went.
a wrestler.
I mean, Alan Hogan doesn't work either, but
Alan Hogan
Horace?
was great too.
I want to know who convinced him to choose Horace.
Horace.
Like,
Not
shit,
even, like,
Hank Hogan?
not-
Nah, Horace.
You had to do the
Hank Hogan's
double
gross,
H's.
too.
I wonder if it was Hulk Hogan. He was like, I mean, Hulk isn't very much better, but like,
It
Hulk at
works.
least Incredible Hulk.
I mean, right?
Hulk
Well,
Hogan
yes,
works.
but I
That
think he
name
was,
works.
Hulk and Hank Hogan
I
would have
mean,
been really
yes,
funny,
but-
though. Like,
Hank Hogan.
Hank
would've been
Hogan's crazy.
I think I need to write that into my last. I'm gonna have
shit.
Hank Hogan.
Okay,
I
he had
didn't
a-
make it worse again.
So Horace had a name thing for bad names. So in WWF, he was the Predator at one point.
And
That's
then he went
crazy.
from the Predator to a Predator named Horace.
Then New Japan, he was Axe Boulder.
He's like he got a mean lariat.
Axe Older.
Boulder.
Ex-Boulder.
Axe Boulder.
Yes. That's awful.
That's a
And
WCWS name though.
And the worst one, I'm pretty sure, is when he was in ECW. He was Prey of the Dead.
He
Prey
had to
of
have
the
had.
dead.
Did he have a? He must have had like a
Prey
gimmick.
of the dead.
Damone, I feel
Also,
like you
that's
wasted
an-
a
wait. He's the
sick guess
prey
the wrestler,
of the
though.
dead. What'd you say, John?
Yeah, that would
That would have been a
no one
great
was getting
guessing
that.
wrestler to just like use
Yeah, we're
those
never
names.
getting
like
Horace
we
Hogan.
suffer with these names.
Prey of the dead means that the dead attacked him.
Yeah, so that means he's a victim.
So
Like,
he's a
his
victim of
wrestler
the
name.
dead. It's like the worst Walking Dead spinoff.
Prey of the dead.
Prey of the Dead.
AMC.
I mean,
Come and go to
honestly,
AMC.
if it was a horror show, I think I could cool Prey of the Dead. But a wrestler's name.
Apparently,
just
he
doesn't
was in the
make sense.
flock. I don't remember him ever being in the flock.
If that would make sense, actually.
He was Horace Boulder in the flock.
That makes sense. The way the flock came in, the only people in the flock you really paid attention to was Billy Kidman and Raven.
I must say that's
Saturn.
it. Billy Kidman and
Saturn.
Raven.
Inside guy.
Yeah,
the guy who
but-
held the signs.
Right. So was that? Yeah, that was. Oh no, and Stevie Richards.
Oh
Was
yeah,
Horace
Stevie
Hogan
was
really
in the flock
in
at one point. Yeah, apparently he
flock?
was in the flock. Yeah.
Ugh.
Trash ass.
Anyways,
I
we've
mean,
been
it makes
bullshit for quite a few
sense. I
minutes
ju-
here. And we
I
never
watched
introduced
it-
our guest of honor, the wild
That's your
card,
fault.
SJP. Our
Yeah.
biggest fan, Sean Paul,
Wait,
the
is this the
realest.
guy with the mustache? Wait.
I'm the number one fan.
And continuing onward today, we are taking a nice side quest in our BookItVerse as we continue on through BookItVerse 4. And last week, we began part 1 of the wild card show, A Fright to Remember. It gave us certainly some frights and some remembrance. We had one of our greatest BookItVerse storylines, but also one of our more questionable and disgusting ones at the same time. So I'm looking forward to hearing what he brings this week.
You could just say worse.
Will it be some Horace Boulder
He called him a
Hogan
bottom 2.
level booking, or will it be potentially some Prey of the Dead level booking?
He said he was
Uh,
a bottom 2 booker. I wanted to know that. You all
Hey, if we
heard
keep
it.
letting people into BookItVerse, I won't be a bottom 2 booker anymore. I think Joe can help me out a lot. like,
I'll get up there.
Joe's
We're
gonna
have
save my
50
life.
people. We're gonna have
Joe.
NWO level amount of people in BookItVerse. It's gonna be 50
Anyone, just
50 man
anyone.
BookItVerse.
Joe's the Hank Hogan of BookItVerse.
Wow.
You don't be mad if he beats you. You'll be mad if he
Joe
beats you.
me,
Too.
I'm gonna.
He
commit
said
to
Joe was
you
bottom
on
1,
live.
and Joe
Like-
hasn't even presented yet, and Joe's bottom 1 is what John just said.
I'm gonna buy a samurai sword just in case Joe beats me. Like,
Please don't
That's
do that on
insane.
air.
That's insane.
Trying to get us
I'm gonna
the
learn how to say
monitor.
the
I
whole
mean,
phrase
we
in
might
there.
actually get some more views if you do it on air, but please don't.
That's a wild. That was like some subliminal, like told him to do it, low
Do you
key.
remember when they cut? They
fuck
had
Mike.
they cut. Remember when they cut? Remember when they cut Velvetus's penis off? In,
Bro,
the
Bro, I
Attitude
swear they
Era?
did it. Like
They
that
did.
was like some Nelson. Was it the Mandela effect? I swear they could have
Some
do that. I
Nelson?
swear they did.
I mean, they definitely
But
had
they don't
that as a
show it.
storyline. No, he was turned around.
He
And
was
they
turned, and then it was
Yeah.
like wasn't the triad or something. They cut
I
his
don't
meat
remember.
off.
Was it Kai and
Wasn't
Tai?
it? Yeah, it was Kai and Tai.
Kai
It
and
was
Tai.
Kai. I remember it was a bunch of Asians. Like it was like an Asian.
Yeah, Kai
mob
and Tai.
thing.
That's
Yeah, it was Kai and Tai.
It was
We
Kai and Tai.
are
Yeah.
evil.
because he was banging like the mobsters.
His daughter, the daughter,
Yakuza's daughter. Yeah.
and they took his towel off. You saw his ass cheeks,
Yes.
and then you just saw him go like this, and then
Yes.
the camera cut. And I was like, "What? They cut his meat off?"
Yes, that was real. That happened. That was
Yeah.
not Mandela
That
effect. I
happened.
watched that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was.
I
I
still
swear
see
he did
the-
that.
I watched it
Yeah,
a
they
few years
did.
ago.
And Kurt Angle
Yeah,
died
yeah,
on
yeah.
TV. He was choke slammed by Big Show off the top of the ring.
All right, let's do
Anywho,
this.
But anyways, wild card. Why don't you begin part 2 of Fright to Remember, and let's see what you got for us, buddy.
Okay, let's kick this on. So, for those who are worthless today, this is what we had for part 1. Adam Page versus James Storm and Texas Bull Rope match. We had an East versus West Coast rap battle, convoluted, whatever the hell I made between Team Snoop Dogg and Flo Rida. And we also had Dominic Mysterio versus Karrion Kross, and in a match that basically turned Dominic face, without forcing it upon us. So with that being said, let's move on to part 2. Oh boy. So hit road.
that's never a good sign.
This already sounds like something John would have pulled in the first round. So let's go.
Okay, so Hit Row, Top Dollar, B-Fab, and Ashanti V Adonis have come out to the ring. They have proclaimed ever since they've been released from WWE, they've had a chance, find themselves. Everyone said, "Oh, you guys aren't talented. You're all just bums because you got kicked out because you got no talent." So they spend some time on the indie circuit, improving their stock, improving their wrestling ability, and so they come out to the ring and says. So Top Dollar says, look, I know right back then, it wasn't looking good for us, but right now we have improved and we are gonna rise to the top of the tag team division. Can I get a holla? And the crowd goes holla. I said, and Adonis like that's right. That's right. This is the year of Hit Row. This is the year of Hit Row. We're gonna climb the ladder. We're gonna stack them, wreck them, and we're gonna go after the tag belts. And then as they're done, out comes Damian Sandow and the Vaudevillains, Aiden English and Simon Gotch, aka hold on, I haven't come up with a stable name for this. High Society. Yeah. High Society. So Damian Sandow comes out and says, you see, ladies and gentlemen, this is what wrestling has been plagued with. You see, wrestling used to be such a gentleman sport, We were actually delicate. We treated each other with respect. We were honest with each other. Polar Knights, I love this show. It's the perfect evolution of beard growth. Why, thank you, Polar Knights. Yeah, I guess we're all growing beards. So where was I? Oh, anyways, and we actually Damien Sound, we also, we have morals, but now wrestling has lost that spirit. All I see right now are a bunch of street hoodlums who are plaguing our once great sport. And you, Hit Row, are the cause to that plague with your little wicka rapping. How dare you bring upon this? I know you. What was that? What was that? Little pal you had. What was his name? Isaiah Scotland or something like that. Yeah. You heard me right. But that doesn't matter. What matters is this sport needs to return back to its roots, and that starts by taking you out.
Roots.
And then B-Fab, grab some mic and say, now hold on, brother. Now look. Now hold on, brother. You see, this ain't gonna slide. I'm tired of you old folks telling us, all about, we need to go back to the old ways. Yeah, you can stick with your old ways, because this is the now. This is our generation, and we're gonna take it over whether you like it or not. And so as a Damien Sandow, is that so, Miss Sweet Cheeks? Is that so? Well, I'm gonna lay out this. Be Adonis, Top Dollar, y'all say you're the future of this tag team division. Okay. Well, I cussed her. Well, you say Top Dollar, or should I say Flop Dollar? You say you and Adonis are the future of this tag division. Well, you're gonna have a chance to prove it, because I knew something would happen like that. Because my boys, the Vaudevillains, have been eager, looking for some competition, looking to bring back the good old days to this sport. So how about this? you two whack jobs. No, how about you two wannabe rappers versus versus excellent over here, the Vaudevillains in a tag team match. And then Top Dollar says, all right, brother. You got yourself a match. And so and then Vaudevillains and High Society, leaves the ring. Okay, so we're at Fright to Remember. So Hit Row comes out. They decide to cosplay. Well, yeah, I guess cosplay as some of their favorite rappers. I guess Top Dollar is cosplaying as Biggie Smalls. Adonis is
I thought it was gonna
cosplaying.
be Flow Rider.
Adonis is cosplaying as Kendrick Lamar, and B-Fab is cosplaying as Sexy Red. Yes.
You're telling me there's no E40 cosplay?
No, there's no, we're not doing that. No.
I'm trying to make fetch happen. We don't want E40 there.
And
I wanted to
so,
see Damone's face, and he delivered.
and so,
Yeah,
then
E40 is the worst rapper ever. I'd rather listen to Sexy Red on repeat than listen to one E40 song. I'd rather listen
I'd rather
to
listen to Sexy Red. I don't even listen to her music like that. So then High Society, they have a special
Sexy Red's full album.
So then High Society, they have a special entrance where, it's basically like old timey setting, like 1890s. And then, a limo appears on the front ramp and, you have a butler or something, a chauffeur, they open the door and out comes Damien Sandow and the Vaudevillains. So the match gets started away, despite Adonis and Top Dollar, because they've been on the indie circuit, they've improved their wrestling skills. They're still getting. Hold on a minute, my bad. Stupid ESPN. But hold up, my bad, real quick. So
fuck ESPN.
ESPN's always trying to
took my
come
damn
into
show.
our podcast, taking our damn shit over.
Still,
ESPN.
Still trying, always taking their shit. Fuck ESPN.
Yeah. So as I was saying, despite Top Dollar and Adonis, proving with their improved wrestling because they've been on the indie circuits, they're still getting vastly outclassed by the Vaudevillains, who've done this, for many, many years. So then Adonis, once he talks in Top Dollar, he starts using the strength advantage. He does, a lot of big pounces, Samoan dropping people. So the Vaudevillains decide to change up their strategy. So once Adonis tags in, they decide to focus they decide, I start isolating Adonis from, Top Dollar. Every opportunity they get, they start chopping away at Dollar. Damien Sandow gets on the action too, distracting the referee. Every time Adonis tries to make a tag, Top Dollar will, he gets attacked at ringside, and so one of these attacks results in Simon Gotchi pulls Top Dollar from the ring apron and pushes him into some steel steps. So Top Dollar's out. So Adonis all by himself, and the Vaudevillains, they decide to show off their cockiness. They start putting him in traditional wrestling holds 2-on-1 again, but Adonis, he shows great resilience and kicks out. Kicks out. But Top Dollar slowly gets back onto his feet. Adonis makes a hot tag, and Top Dollar's just wailing on everybody on both the Vaudevillains. And then Adonis. He comes into the ring with both of the Volvins on the outside, and Adonis hits a tope con hero onto the outside on both the Volvillains. That now Hit Row is starting to feel themselves. The legal Adonis throws back in Simon Gotch, the legal man, and Top Dollar decides to go for an end of basically Baron Corbin's end of days. 1, 2, but a kick out, and kick out. But then but the Vaudevillains, because Hit Road their star, to panic. This is a high stress situation, so they decide to go for a super move. They decide to go for one of their special moves where Top Dollar he has Gotch in a power bomb position, and Adonis is about to go, hit something like a meteor or splash, but Aiden English intercepts both. He intercepts Adonis, and then he chop blocks Dollar, and so they go for the finisher on Dollar. 1, 2, Dollar kicks out, and Damien Sandow, he's furious. He's like, how are these scoundrels doing this? We are the high society. So Gotch and Aiden English, they have the high ground, and then they have the high ground, but Top Dollar, he hits a double splash, and Damien Sandow, he decides to distract the referee, but while he's distracting, he throws Aiden English a pair of brass knuckles, what William Regal does to. But as he's about to use the brass knuckles, B-Fab, intercepts, grabs the knuckles from English, and then clocks Aiden right on the dome. He's laid out, and then Simon Gotch comes into help, but he's hit with a big pounce by Top Dollar. Then he tags in Adonis. He puts English. Top Dollar puts English in a powerbomb position, and Aiden English hits him with a meteora while English is it's in the powerbomb position. 1, 2, 3, Hit Row wins. And that's the first one.
Was this for the title or anything?
This is like old school versus new school tag team wrestling. That's basically it.
Okay.
I felt some racial undertones there. Just saying.
It did.
I felt that too.
It definitely did. Yeah, I definitely felt that too when they said
like, we're gentlemen.
that
You
it was
are
better in the good old days.
It felt like Triple H against Booker T all over again.
Yeah, they're definitely voting Trump.
Ooh,
but
man.
this time the right man won.
Yes, unlike Triple H versus Booker T, the right people won.
Yeah. I didn't really have a problem with this, honestly. I think the match was cool. I think that's what took it down a little bit for me. The match was just cool. The storyline was I did like the storyline, so I gave you a solid 4.
Okay.
I think I'm at the same.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Oh, my bad. I felt the inverse of how Kenny felt. I thought the match was good. I thought the story was kind of nasty. So those promos were wild. I think we're looking past a lot of faults on those promos. They were fun and memorable though, so I'm not gonna hit them too hard. Because while nasty, they're memorable. They weren't boring.
Yes.
So I'm gonna give this a 3.5. Just because I thought the match was better than the story.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna give you a $4.10, and the 10 cents is because I'm probably stealing your idea and doing the high society at some point in one of my bucket verses. So you're paid off. You're welcome. So I thought I think the story was good and there were racial undertones. I do think for this the right team won. But I imagine that if the story continued, it'd probably be like a back and forth. Like next time the Vault villains cheat and win, then you have a final match, and probably Hit Row wins in the end because they're the good guys in this story. It's not a perfect match or anything, or story. So I'm gonna give, like I said, $4 of it is for the story, and then the 10 cents is me bribing you for stealing your shit, because that's what I'm gonna do.
Oh boy.
I'm not stealing any of your shit, so you're not getting 10 cents from me. But I agree with what everybody else said. I'm giving you 4.
Okay. So far we got a good opener to night 2. I'm doing good so far.
I mean, don't jinx it.
Okay. Yeah,
this is where you lost it last time. So
Flow Rider against Snoop Part 2.
Yeah. All right.
Baby.
The second match is where I got points deducted because of the Snoop Dogg one. Oh boy!
It wasn't really even the Snoop Dogg part. It was more the Flow Rider part.
It was.
You didn't give Snoop Dogg a good rival. Like, you don't think of Snoop Dogg beefs like who's gonna be the gangsta on the other side. You don't think it's gonna be fucking Flow Rider doing.
It was but it's the fact that you have Flow Rider representing all of the East Coast,
winning from the South.
Now that I think about it, maybe it would have been better if I actually did Team Snoop Dogg versus Team Insane Clown Posse. Maybe that would have been better.
They're Midwest. It wouldn't have worked out like that.
But it would have been nastier, and there's some merit to that.
Yeah, I get. Yeah.
Also, I realized I have no idea what Flow Rider looks like.
From Atlanta, right?
Flow Rider's a big, buff, brown skinned man.
Yeah, I don't think
said that like high
I didn't
society
realize
would've.
it until I had to do the template for last week.
New Orleans, okay.
Yeah, you should have had Flow Rider versus High Society.
That would have been nasty.
You rascals, you
rapscallion.
Say Keith said he put No Limit Soldiers on there, so he could have done Master P.
That would have been. Listen, that wouldn't have been bad.
But that's also Southern. But you still could have done that Master P versus Snoop Dogg. I would have tuned in for that.
Master P.
Yeah.
Master.
No Limit Soldier. No, he did No Limit Soldiers. Apparently, he put that on the list.
Yeah, you should have did. If anything, you could have put Rick Ross in there instead of Flow Rider. If you want to go Florida still, you could have still went big Rick Ross.
Should have done Pitbull.
Is Rick Ross on his roster?
I mean, I don't know.
It's 305.
If he was just pulling, he could have done 50 Cent versus Snoop Dogg, and I would have been all over it.
Listen, you would have got me.
Yeah, $10.
Yeah, 50 Cent versus Snoop Dogg storyline. I'm in. All right, let's do this.
I love how we're fantasy booking Sean's last week's show.
All your ideas sound better than the KSI put.
That
I mean, you can podcast that rebook and revisit your favorite wrestling storylines.
Yeah.
Next match, and no rappers this time. Thank goodness. So, Ruby Soho and Shotzi, they've known each other. They have decided to form a tag team called the Twisted Sisters. The Twisted Sisters, a team of they're basically, you could say, renegades. They do what they want when they want. They're basically anti-heroes. That Yeah, backstage, Shotzi and Ruby have been talking about, the friendship they have, grown over these past couple of weeks. Ruby says, Shotzi, I'm just so glad I have you as a friend. Ever since, I thought I found, I've lost myself, at WWE. I had a squad, but all of a sudden, due to bad booking and, circumstances, it just, I lost it. And then, when I finally went to AEW, I was hot at first, I, you know, I had it all. Finally, I thought I was going to be treated with the respect I deserve, but once again, I was lost in the shuffle. Takes a taking a subtle dig at Tony Khan, maybe because apparently he basically he has a problem, where he pushes stars to the moon and then all of a sudden he forgets about them. And he really needs to stop that.
I'm gonna tell you this, Ruby Soho,
Hey,
you're
Tony
not
Coke
that
would
guy,
never do
pal.
that.
Ruby Soho is mid.
Oh God. Okay, come on. Let's give her some flowers, all right?
Tony
Come
Khan
on.
wouldn't do that.
He said,
Mid.
"Come on, guys."
And so
He's not that
Shotzi
good.
and then and so Shotzi and Shotzi is like, hey, look, it's okay. I was in the same situation as I was too. But through hard work and determination, look where I am. I found you, and I'm glad to call you my sister. So they hug it out. And then in the background, well, and out comes the GPW Women's Tag Team Champions Lacey Evans and Taya Valkyrie. Lacey Evans says, "Oh, isn't this heartwarming for this? This is heartwarming. Now, ladies, look, this is all fun, but aren't you tired of being disrespected? Aren't you tired of this? Like, sure, you found each other, but like, what have you done? Every your wrestling careers have been nothing but trash. It, basically your existences are futile. Me and Evans, no, sorry, me and Valkyrie, we have been stars here out of the gate since day one. And well, look at this. Our babies. These are our livelihoods. And if you think you deserve a chance at these titles, sisters, you got another thing. You got another thing coming. So have fun with this, little partnership, biggest air quotes. And then Evans, gives, Shotzi a little knock, and she tries to go after them, but Ruby saw, hey, no, don't risk it. We'll get them sooner or later. So the next week it has been announced that there will be a fatal four-way, a women's fatal four-way tag team match to determine who will face Evans and Valkyrie. Dang it! I always have a trouble creating these names. Let's see. They're both. Dang it! I always have trouble creating these kind of names.
You said it's Valkyrie and who?
Lacey Evans and Taya Valkyrie.
I have a very important question. Which
Yes.
version of Lacey Evans is this?
Oh
This
wait.
the lady.
Yeah. Oh yes.
This is
The Southern Belle lady.
You can call him Dark and
Southern Belle.
Lovely.
Okay, that's the best version. That's the
Yes.
best version.
Yes.
Southern Belle.
Yeah. Southern Belle.
Yeah,
Belle.
don't give
So
us that tribute to the troops ass version.
Oh no, sir. So let's see. Queens of the Ring. Queens of the Ring.
That
The
works.
flock of ladies. That's what you call them, the flock of ladies, because she dressed like a bird and Ellen was a lady. There you go.
Yeah, because she's the Horace Hogan of women.
Don't talk about Taya Valkyrie like that.
Okay, so anyway,
I just realized you said it was Tara Valkyrie.
Yeah, Taya Valkyrie and
Yeah.
Lacey Evans.
I was thinking Lyra Valkyrie when I don't know why I was thinking her. Well, never mind then.
The Val,
Yeah.
Never
the
mind.
Val is literally the
was over here like, yeah, she's a
Valkyrie.
bird.
Okay, so where was I? Oh, okay.
Oh,
So next week there is a women's fatal 4-way tag team match to determine who will face the Queens of the Ring at Fright to Remember for the GPW Women's Tag Team Championship. Those teams are the Twisted Sisters, Dana Brooke and Raquel Gonzalez, Thunder Rosa and Ty Mello, and Luna Vachon and Jillian Hall. Yeah, Jillian Hall, man, that makes my skin crumble, honestly. So the action goes. I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna keep it short and sweet. Twisted, huh?
That's how I feel about Damone making my skin crawl.
So long story short, Twisted Sisters win, so they will face the Queens of the Ring at Fright to Remember for the Women's Tag Team Champion. So next week be the week before the pay-per-view, there is a contract signing. So Twisted Sisters, they come out to the entrance music, but in LA Knight fashion, the Queens of the Ring cut off the entrance music, and they just walk past them because they're they're the entitled little bitches that they are. So they come out. So they come out, they take their seats, and like Ruby, Ruby and Shotzi are like these uptight little. I can't even get my words out. So anyways, they get in the ring and they sign a contract. So Lacey Evans grabs the mic and says, I really don't understand what is the hype with you two. Like do you even deserve to be in the ring with us? Like, look at us. We are the Queens of the Ring. We are wrestling royalty. Wrestling is in our blood. Look at all the accomplishments we have done. And then we look at you, the street trash tier of wrestling. I don't, it makes me sick that I have to get it makes me sick. I have to get my hands dirty for this. This is I just, I'm gonna have, but it is what it is. Because at Fright to Remember, me and Taya are going to enjoy crushing both of your hopes and dreams. Because wrestling is a business, and honeys, let me tell you, y'all ain't ready for this. And so Ruby gets the mic. He said, Do you think we haven't been told this before? Both of our lives, we had to get out from the gutter just to get where we are. We had to go through being in stables, breaking up, losing our way, then moving to a different company, losing, we got hot once again, and we all of a sudden got lost in the shuffle. This, you don't understand. This may be me and Shotzi's last chance of stardom. And so Shotzi takes the mic. He says, Ruby's right. Next week, this may be our one and only chance. And no self-righteous, uptight little bitches are gonna tell us what we can't do. So ladies, I hope you're ready for Fright to Remember. Because at the pay-per-view, we're gonna show you how twisted we can be, how we are willing to do what it takes to achieve the dream that we deserve. And so Lacey Evans and Lacey Evans and Ty, they do like, they scoff at them, mocky them, and then Shotzi and Ruby, flip over the table, knocking out both queens of the ring, and there's a big brawl going out. Security's got to get in, and we have the match is set: Queens of the Ring versus the Twisted Sisters for the GPW Women's Tag Team Champions. So Fright to Remember. So the challengers come in first. Challengers come in first. They're wearing like punk rock. Twisted Sisters are wearing basically punk rock, heavy metal gear. John, I know you love your metal stuff, so this one's for you. Yeah. So yes. So yeah, they start vibing, rocking out, and here come Queens of the Ring. Here comes Queens of the Ring. They're dressed in these elegant robes. Like they're the queen of England or something like that. So we get the match. So first off, it's Soho. First off, we start with Soho and Lacey Evans. We don't get straight into like chain wrestling, fluid grabbing like that. Soho just Ludes presses Evans, just starts wailing on her, just starts punching her over and over. And Lacey Evans escapes, and it's like, and she's like checking her face, like, oh, how rude of her. She ruined my perfect little face. And Taya Rapi, she's like calming her down. It's okay. It's okay. Go show her what you got. And Lacey Evans gets back in the ring, and so just jumps on her again, starts punching her. Taya Valkyrie, tries to get Evans off, but here comes Shotzi, with a drop kick. Everything's complete chaos. So and then Evans and Valkyrie are outside of the ring, and Shotzi and Soho hit basically identical tope suicidas on the outside of the ring, and then they get the crowd hyped up, and then they drag both ladies to the announce table, and they just start smashing their heads over and over and over again. Then they scream into the camera, this is how twisted we can be. And yeah, so who were the legal people? Oh, so Ruby and Lacey Evans. So Ruby drags Lacey Evans into the ring. So Soho gets to jump on Evans, but Evans reverses reverses and drags Soho to the middle turnbuckle where she is stunned. She tags in Taya Valkyrie, who completely changes, the momentum of the match. She with her dominant strength, she starts, basically tossing Soho like a rag doll with those huge arms and those gigantic legs of her. She starts wailing on her, and Soho gets a couple of hope spots. Tries tagging in. But she tries to go for hot tech for Soho. Yeah, wait, dang it. Yeah, Soho tries to go for a hot tech for Shotzi, but Lacey Evans. No, wait. Yeah, Lacey Evans drags Shotzi down, and she pushes her into the steel steps, but then Evans is like, nah, I don't. She's like, I don't want to see you ever again. So she grabs Shotzi by the hair. She takes off the announce table, takes off the sign, all the electronic equipment. She lifts Shotzi up for a power bomb, and she power bomb Shotzi through the table. Shotzi, she is like completely out, and like Ruby Soho, like she doesn't know what to do. Like Shotzi may be out cold. Now it's basically a 2-on-1. So Shotzi, she does her best. She does her best, but like Shotzi does bad, but she is clearly outmatched. But she's at the corner right now. Lacey Evans is now the legal woman. She starts going for a splash to the corner, but Soho reverses it, and she goes for another clothesline as Taya tries to make it into the ring. She drop kicks Taya off the ring apron, face first into the side. Basically the side of the ring, face first, and then Soho goes to the top turnbuckle where she does a drop kick, and then she prepares to do destination. She's firing up. She prepares to get ready to do a Destinations Unknown, but Taya Valkyrie hits Soho with the big boot, and she's stunned. And then Lacey Evans goes with the woman's right, which is basically like a right-handed sucker punch to the jaw. 1, 2, but out of nowhere, Shotzi breaks up the pin, and like Lacey Evans and Taya can't believe it. They thought they thought they'd taken her out of the match. She wasn't gonna be here. And she wasn't going to be this match anymore, but she's alive. So they kick Shotzi. They take Shotzi. Push her out the ring. So they decide to go for. So they shot Lacey and Taya. They decide to go for their double. They decide to go for their double team maneuver, which is basically like I want to say Taya Valkyrie is she basically like the glam slam she uses, and then Evans goes for a lot as Taya is making her opponent fall down. Evans hits her with like a code breaker, but Soho reverses. Then she tags in Shotzi. She tags in Shotzi. She gets work done. She's gone mental. She's gone mental. Taya Valkyrie, she hits Shotzi with a slap, but it's like Shotzi's laughing it off, and like she starts wailing on Taya, and Taya decides to go for basically a body slam, but Shotzi versus into a DDT. God, I run a lot of moves. So then they he tagged Shotzi tags in Soho, um um tags in Soho, Soho hits Valkyrie with the destinations unknown. Shotzi goes with Shotzi goes with basically a senton bomb from the top rope. 1, 2, Lacey breaks up the pin. All women, are down. So that Lacey Evans, she grabs something from her. I want to say maybe her, attire, right? From her bra, and it's a pair of brass knucks, because while they may be called the queens of the ring, they they will resort to cheating. So the ref sees this. Oh God, Lord. Yeah, that's Lauren.
I'm a bigger fan.
Yes. Yeah. I can't believe she made it. Okay, then. So anyway, she tries to use the brass knucks, but the ref sees this, and she and then all the meanwhile, Taya has brought in like a steel chair, so she prepares to hit. Shotzi, but she ducks, and the referee also somehow gets out of the way too, and clocks Evans on with the chair shot, and she is knocked out, and then knocked out, and Shotzi and Ruby, they go with a double destinations unknown on Taya Valkyrie. 1, 2, 3, Twisted Sisters are your new tag champs, and then in the post match, Evans is visibly upset because of the chair shot that she took. And, Taya Valkyrie apologizes. She tries her best to apologize, but Evans isn't having it. And then Evan apparently they start to make up, but just about when everything was going smooth, Evans clocks Valkyrie with the women's right, and that's the second match.
Okay, so there's a couple of things I got to dock
Hold
you
on,
for.
who won?
So
Twisted Sisters, Ruby Soho and Shotzi.
Hold on, Damone, before you go, I just need to say,
okay,
your score is going to depend on this answer. Now, the fate is in your hands. I'm between two scores. If you get this right, it's going to be the higher score. If you get it wrong, fortunately, it's going to have to be the lower score.
Oh boy.
The theme song for Twisted Sisters.
Uh-huh.
What is it?
Theme song?
What is their theme song? What are they coming out to?
Oh God, dang it! I didn't even think about that. Okay. I've listened to a lot. I think I've listened to a lot of rock. So
I think the answer is
there's really
pretty
only
obvious.
one
We
answer.
just said.
Yeah,
There's only
really
one
only
answer.
one answer.
There's one answer.
It's right in your face. Plain sight.
You'd be twisted not to get it.
I'm trying.
Your sister would also be twisted.
I'll let you think. I'll let them rate. You can come back around to this. I'll let you marinate on it.
Because you keep saying twisted.
Yeah.
You keep
I
saying
can't
twisted.
dive in front of this bullet. I have to let him take it.
Because you keep saying twisted like it's some sort of hint.
It is a very
hints.
big hint.
There's been hints, but I'll let them rate. We'll come back around.
Okay.
Damone, go ahead.
Yeah, I can't believe you're gonna
can't save you.
I can't believe you're gonna take that. So a couple of things. So this one, back to back, you did the same story.
I was about to say the same thing.
Where
Yeah.
Same thing.
I'm high class and you're street trash. Back to back, like if you were gonna do it, you needed to like break it up. Like this is probably where you would have put the shitty ass. No offense, the Rapper's Delight match.
Bro, you might as well just said offense. Like,
Are you gonna take
Yeah,
that,
you should have
Sean?
just put that here. You should have like. I don't like that you had it back to back. So back to back matches, we're great. We're high class. You're trash. So same thing. And then you also repeated in both matches. You repeated the brass knuckle spot in back to back matches. Both tried to use brass knuckles. So obviously, with varying success. But the fact that it was back to back is the issue. Like if there is space in between, it'd be more forgiving. But it being back to back matches, them trying to use brass knuckles, and essentially the same story. I will say I like this match a lot better than I liked the first match. Actually, the build was great. Like obviously, not Ruby, Shotzi getting taken out, then her like, oh my god, it's 2-on-1, and Soho surviving until Shotzi's better. It helps her, and then they counter and they win, which is the way the right person team won here. So, and then I like the at the end you had Lacey Evans turn she's already a heel, but turned on Valkyrie, and essentially that's going to start that feud. So, I like that the build towards that. So I'm going to give you a 3.75, and most of that is for the match itself, minus like I said, the brass knuckle spot being repeated.
Yeah, got that.
okay, I got a little bit of hating towards the match I got to give. I felt like you lived up to your company's name and you did some Travis booking on that match.
He did say
I felt
he
like it was
wrote
too
a bunch
long
of moves.
given the placement on the card and given like the story and the talent involved. I don't think it needed to go that long. Like I can't imagine a scenario in the world.
Chad hates women's wrestling.
Chad, you were just talking about how Ruby Soho is mid. Do you want to watch her for 35 minutes,
Did
Timon?
you just say? Did you just
Well,
say
I'm
35
trying to
minutes,
give
Ruby
her.
Soho, do you want that?
Well, what's wrong
Hold
with
on.
giving her flowers?
Hold on, John. Did you just say chat?
I did.
He did say
Damone.
chat.
You didn't say Damone. You called Damone chat,
Chat.
and then you said followed it up with mid. You need to talk to some people your own age, John. You need to get out of the classroom and into the world.
Yeah, like that sounds not bad. We put some context in there for what I do for work. Like,
Yeah, you're a teacher. You got to get out of the classroom and talk to people your own age.
that's why I'm on this fucking podcast.
None of us say chat. We do say mid, but we don't
Skibbity
say
Ohio
chat
Rizzler.
first. No, please stop. You sound like my 13-year-old. You like she says that when you look like my 13-year-old. You got the hair too.
I'm going to get back to you
You're gonna be my toilet.
with that fucking Charlie Haas haircut, but
that didn't work, man.
Yeah, fuck Charlie
fuck
Haas.
Charlie Haas.
You got
Charlie,
Theo Von
Charlie
over
Haas is
here.
an enemy of the show.
Yeah,
Okay.
we hate you like we hate Charlie Haas. But anyways, that's my biggest beef with is that the match was too long. I also at the moment brings up good points about the repeating storyline and the repeating spots. But my biggest complaint is the length. So I'm gonna go a little bit below what Damone did. I'm gonna give you 3.25.
Okay.
You say a little bit, that's a whole 50 cents.
Oh, I thought you went 350, not 355.
He said 375.
So before
Well, I'm
Bad
sticking
Guy
with
goes,
3.25. I stand on it.
Before Bad Guy goes, I'm gonna check back in. Have you come up with the answer, Sean?
Okay.
He Googled it. I
No,
know he did.
wait. I didn't Google it. You said I said
Okay.
the theme
What is
song.
her theme song?
I'm still trying to think.
All right, Bad Guy, go ahead and give your rating. He's got one more rating to go, and then it's time for moment of truth. You got to give me a name after that.
Okay, come on.
All right. So yeah, literally Damone was saying the exact same thing I said. the fact that you had a we're better than you because we're high class, we're better class than you storyline right after the other. It just went from rap to rock this time. Which you had the first half of the show as well, where you had you're old, I'm young, like you had that storyline back to back. So it is a lot of repeats going on. So you understand the stress we go through as writers for BookItVerse trying to not do that.
Not do the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, because I forgot I had
and,
two
like,
back-to-back
not
hits.
repeat-
I did it. I did it. I
or
wrote
not
like
repeat the
2.
spot.
I started
Yeah.
writing 2 stories, and I was like, these are the exact same thing.
I had 2 respect spots. I had a shake hand spot and a hug
I
spot.
felt like I was doing that last show.
Yeah, that's the worst. And you're like reading it, and you're like, "Fuck! I just did the
This
same
is the
thing
exact
twice."
same thing. It's just different people.
Yeah, but yeah, I think, and I also agree with John too, because out of all the matches you had, the one match you wanted to flesh out was a Ruby Soho match, which is insane.
I'm trying to give her flowers.
I get it, but nah.
Yeah, no. she can get some dandelions.
I want to see. Yeah, she
Well,
don't do
still
no flowers.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
don't
right.
deserve
Oh,
roses or
Yeah,
anything.
you gave her like you gave her a
Succulent?
whole bouquet when she deserved a couple picked out of a bush or something.
Yeah, you could have stopped that Kroger real quick, grab some of the side. But listen, so I'm gonna go. So I think I'm calculating the score in my head. I would have to give you, in my opinion, I'm going to go with a 2.25 on this one.
I love how when Kenny gives his rating, he has to calculate a number in his head, like every time. So like I imagine that meme of like all the
different numbers going on,
of all the
The
numbers and all the
everything
equations
floating.
around. That's literally like you look up, you go, I gotta calculate a number, and then you look up. And then that's when it happens.
That's low key how it happens. Because like
We
as I'm
need-
saying it, I'm thinking of stuff, and I'm like, okay, I'm taking this down a
Right.
little bit. I'm bringing it up for this, taking this down.
We need a filter.
So you're saying
Put
Kenny's,
an exponent in
Kenny's
there.
the Rain Man of 2 and 3.
Right. You need to get you need to choose.
I am really good at math.
So when you think and you do that, behind you comes up all the equations, and then you give your equation.
all
all right.
that's the thing too.
It's sort
I
of-
didn't really like the promos
You gave
on
him
this one either compared to the first one.
you gave
So
him
that's the only reason why I gave you that 2.25.
2.25. All right. So
2.25. You're a twisted sister for that. I'll tell you that. You're
What?
a twisted sister for that storyline
what
you gave.
is Twisted Sisters theme?
Yeah.
Okay, I think I got it. Twisted Sister's theme song is "I Wanna Rock" by Twisted Sister.
No, that is the wrong answer.
Hey, it's
We're
close
not
enough.
gonna
I'll take that.
it.
No.
Not to the band.
We're not gonna take it.
No.
That's the only right
Yeah,
answer.
we're not gonna take it.
No, I feel like at least if
No,
he got
we're
to the
not gonna
band, Twisted
take
Sister,
it.
if he had said some other
He got
things,
No.
the band right. He got the band
No.
right. So I feel like that should be good enough. I didn't think
No,
he was
you
gonna
guys are no. Fuck that. Fuck that. You guys would have given me a 0 if I did that.
No, I would
I-
not have. The most.
No,
they
treat
got
him like
other
you
good
would.
songs.
Treat him like
Fuck
you treat
you.
us.
And you know
Hey,
what?
I do. Listen, I'm giving them realistic scores.
Hold the fuck on. Hold the fuck on. Because this is a band that has a catalog of more than just singles. They got bangers in their deep cuts. He could have picked Me and the Boys. He could have picked Love is for Suckers.
No
He could've
one's
picked
okay.
so many
no,
other songs.
John, no one says. No one is going into the deep cuts of Twisted Sister. No one
should be.
ever.
Then how the fuck are you gonna gatekeep him if you don't even know the deep cuts? Fuck you.
No one listens to. It's literally their biggest song.
Yeah, it's their biggest song.
Okay, have an original thought for 2 seconds and listen to another song.
Yeah, no, I'm
I
not
know you're
listening
allergic
to
that mode, but you
the
can
B
try it.
side of fucking Twisted Sister. I'm
You
not
should go
doing
and
that
listen to the
ever in my life.
1986 album.
Here's the thing.
Because
It
Love
don't
is for
matter
Suckers
what you gave his theme
will
song.
tell you.
It wasn't going to matter. He's going to get that 2.25 no matter what. He's going to get that score.
Hey, he got the band
No, I'm
right.
not-
But I think you should
telling me
pick a
to listen
non-single, be original. Fuck these guys.
telling me to listen to a deep cut of fucking Twisted Sister is insane.
That's what's
I'm going to send them to the chat now because you're going to learn to put some respect
No,
on their name.
I'm not ever. They have one hit, and that's
They're a
it.
good band. And in fact, no, I Wanna Rock's a hit too, so they have at least 2 hits.
Yeah, but I wouldn't. I Want to Rock's not the theme song.
They have other songs to pick.
Okay, they can have other songs, but their top song.
Yeah, they have a band.
Is we're not
They're
gonna
a
take
band.
it.
They have
And,
more
and
than one
Ruby's
song.
and it's
No one cares
more. It's more of a
Well,
punk song. It's more of a punk sounding
We're
song,
not gonna
and that would work better for Ruby Soho. Period.
Sean Paul, go ahead.
Especially for the story. Like, we're
But
not gonna take
so, but I'll give. All right, so I'm gonna go in between my scores that I was gonna give you. I'll give you a 3.5
Okay.
for all the reasons stated above.
Okay. Got it.
Fuck John. Fuck this week, John.
Oh, sorry, I've listened to a Twisted Sister album. Sue me.
Yes, I
wild.
should. That is crazy.
And you're over here dissing
E40 and
Twisted
Twisted
Sister.
Yo, listen to the
Listen
E40 and Twisted
Eminem
Sister
bringing
pisses
the
me
Cancel
off.
Me album
Fuck,
and saying it's
fuck
good.
this guy.
That's a nasty combination. First off,
You know what? For that, fuck this guy. Disgusting.
Okay, final match.
He's on punishment
Ready?
for that.
Final match. You guys
Yep,
ready?
final match.
yeah, we ready. We ready. We ready for this main event.
Okay, final match. Okay. Hello, Sean.
Billy Ray Cyrus versus who?
Okay, so the Latin Syndicate. Yeah, hold on. I did say that right. Yeah, the Latin Syndicate. Andrade, Humberto Carrillo. No, well, hold up. The Latin Syndicate GPW World Champion Andrade, Humberto Carrillo, and Angel Garza. For many months, these three have taken hold of GPW with an iron fist. They have destroyed everyone in their path. Andrade, he's been GPW World Champion for over 250 days, beating all sorts of challengers like Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest, Orange Cassidy, and Carrillo's and Garza's former leader Santos Escobar. Just a heads up. Carrillo, Humberto, and Angel, let's just say they defected from Legado del Fantasma. They decide, Angels, they were like, Angel's more badass. So yeah, we're gonna join this guy because he's better, something like that. Backstage. We're in the ring, and Andrade is like, now I have been your GPW World Champion for over 250 days. I have conquered contender after contender, wrestler after wrestler, but now, honestly, I'm feeling kind of bored now. Is there no one who is worthy to take control, to grasp it, to take this title off of me? Come on. Is there no one that will willing to step up to the plate to end this? Because the syndicate has been on top for months, and yet when it seems like that one comeback feels like this is the end of our stable, yet we prevail, and it feels like there's no hope for it. There's no hope, and true, because there is no hope for anyone to end our reign of tyranny, and our reign will continue on as long as we want to, and then And then skirt, skirt, skirt. Like I swear, when I drop, when I swear, when I drop, when I swear, when I drop, when I drop, when I roll, let's up live. Out comes Isaiah. Out comes Swerve Strickland. Well, the list that Damone gave me said Isaiah Swerve Scott, but Swerve Strickland sounds better. So we're gonna go with that. And
So,
of course,
peek behind the scenes. The reason behind that is because we drafted that roster so long ago. He was still Isaiah Swerve Scott.
okay, all good. Okay, all good then. So of course, he being accompanied to him by his, personal manager, Prince Nana. He has, doing the little dance, having a little coffee in his hand, and he says, Andrade, you and I have known each other for a very, very long time, from the indie circuit to our time in the Big Fed, we've accomplished a lot. But you see the thing. But you see the thing is that this rain that you're doing, it's a fluke, man. Like everything, your entire reign of the GPW championship, your entire reign over this company is a fluke. What you proclaim yourself to be a fighting champion, yet in some of your matches you always need your little Mexican hombres out to help you. Like, come on, man. What you see where I'm from, we dealt with our own problems like real man. Like, sorry, not man, men. Yeah, you see where I'm from, we dealt with our own problems like real men. So Andrade, you say yourself to be you say you're the savior of GPW. Well, guess what? I am the motherfucking king. And like the old quote says, if you come for the king, you better not miss. And right now, I want that title shot. And everyone's like, yes, 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 yes. And Andrade is like, you don't deserve nothing, puta. And then, and puta stands, that's Spanish for bitch. And so, he just walks off, leaving Swerve angry inside. So the next week Swerve comes out. He's saying like, last week I felt when he told me I didn't deserve when Andrade told me I didn't deserve this title shot, I felt insulted. Like, do you know, like, doesn't he know who the hell I am? I have been all over the world. I've conquered the best. I've conquered the best of the best. Adam Page, Samoa Joe, Will Ospreay. I did all that. I did all that as a world champion. And Andrade says, I don't deserve this shit. He's saying I am not worthy. He's saying, nah. You see, this can't slide. This can't slide. like Andrade, I respect you from all our I respect you from all our battles we have done, but clearly it appears you've been sleeping on me this entire time. But you're gonna regret you forgot about me. So I'm calling a challenge. Fright to remember me, Swerve versus Andrade for the GPW World Championship. And I ain't asking, I'm demanding. And so Andrade's like, oh, Swerve, you still think you deserve this? Obviously, you don't understand how things run here. The Latin Syndicate runs the show, and right now, all I see is I see a man who basically has no leverage to demand what he wants. But I see how you are. You call yourself the king, and you're so self-righteous. You're caught up in your ego. So I'm gonna give you what you want, but you're gonna have to earn it. Next week, it will be you versus my boys, Humberto and Garza, in a 2-on-1 handicap match. And if you win, yes, yes, I know, boo. So Swerve, and Swerve is like, hey, it doesn't matter if it's a one-on-one or 2-on-1. I'll kick both of their Latino asses. And so, next week we have the 2-on-1 handicap match.
Okay, Tony Hinchcliffe.
I'm sorry, what? Mike, what did you say?
I said, okay, Tony Hinchcliffe. Damn.
So next week we have the 2-on-1 handicap match. If Swerve wins, he gets his title match. Humberto and Garza, pull out every kick in the boot, double tag maneuvers, since it's a 2-on-1 handicap match. But long story short, in the end, Swerve goes for a house call with it, with his little step up, jump kick to the head. He does one to Garza. He does one to Humberto. Then he goes to the top rope and hits a double Swerve stomp. And he stacks both of them. 1, 2, 3. Eddie, 1, 2, 3. Swerve gets his title shots. And out of nowhere, out comes Andrade, who clocks him with the GPW World Championship. And Andrade, he's holding Swerve by he grabs Swerve's head, and he also takes out Prince Nana, who is on the ring side. He said, you think you deserve this? You think you deserve you deserve this? My glory, my honor. You don't deserve shit. And so, so then he hits Swerve with a hammerlock DDT onto the gold, and the Latin Syndicate stand tall. So we get to.
I have a question.
Yes.
Do the Latin Syndicate, do they have like a hand signal? Do they throw up like the twos, or like do they do something, or they just stand there?
They do something. I guess they do something like this. I guess.
Two in the. Okay. All right.
West
okay,
side?
So
One.
It's the Matt Hardy version 1,
What
okay?
is it saying? Are they Bond villains? Is that like they sound like Bond villains? This accent you're giving them?
Yeah, I was trying to do a Mexican I was trying to do a Mexican.
Don't try to do a Mexican accent because it's
No,
just coming
do the
off
Mexican
as
accent. Do it. Do it.
It's problematic in multiple ways, and I don't know which way to lean with.
If John can do LeVar Ball, he can do
No,
these people.
I don't sign off on this. I haven't seen this.
Do it. You're not impersonating Hispanic people. You're impersonating him. That's what you got to do. Impersonating him.
Yeah. Okay. So
as
we're
long
at,
as every Latin person isn't the same voice.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I'm gonna say try to switch up a little bit at least, so it's not racist.
Yeah.
Try everybody else.
Okay, so we get to Fright to Remember. So Swerve comes out. He's decked, he's stripped from top to bottom, and also a little detail. So on the side of his wrestling pants, and on the back there is a picture of Andrade's head, and it's got like a sword through it, drip, and it's like dripping blood. So that's like a cool visual. And then Andrade comes out, Fright to Remember. So obviously Halloween. So he comes out decked into like this, Day of the Dead style outfit, surrounded by Carrillo and surrounded by Humberto and Angel. So we do the introduction. So bell rings, and like the crowd is all of a sudden going, holy shit, because obviously this is a big deal. Sorry, my bad. So they start locking. So they start taunting each other at the end. Andrade goes for his tranquilo, where he kisses, it goes up, and then also when Andrade, goes for an Irish whip, but okay, so I saw my bad. That someone's calling me. So anyways, as Andrade goes for a shoulder push on Swerve. Swerve, he gets down, he kips up, and then he's like, he's like, is that the best you got? Is that the best you got? So things are getting fast. So things are getting fast and intense, like really fast. We start busting out big moves. On big. It's slowly. It's slow at first. A bunch of grappling. At one point, Angel. Angel and Humberto try to interfere in the match, but Nana pulls them both down and stops them. And then the referee sees this. Hey, what are you two doing? And obviously they were getting even though Nana would Humberto were trying to attack Swerve, but Nana pulls them out. But the referee is like he ain't having none of it, so he throws all the men. So he throws both Nana and Andrade's minions to the go to the back. So we have a straight 1v1. So they start hitting every trick in the book. Andrade goes for his double knees. Yeah, he goes for his double knees, and then he goes to the top. He goes for his little moonsault thing. Where he hits one. But Swerve moves out, then he hits another. So he goes for a 1-2, kicks out. Swerve, he goes for his house call, but Andrade kicks out. And then Swerve, he wants to Swerve, he tries to go for a swerve stomp. He tries to go for a swerve stomp onto Andrade, but Andrade rolls out. He goes to the announce table, and Swerve is he's Swerve is like, he's got murder on his mind. So he decides to go for a swerve stomp onto the outside, onto the table where Andrade is, but Andrade moves out the way and Swerve, goes through the table feet first. Yeah, like feet first. So like Swerve's legs like really hurt at the moment. So Andrade sees this. He starts attacking the legs of Swerve. Like he puts in a figure four leg lock. Shout out to Charlotte. Then he up. Swerve ain't giving up. He goes up for the ante. He goes for the figure eight. Like this, but he also kicks out. But it's not kick out. Swerve reaches the ropes, for a rope break, and so Andrade decides to hit him with a hammerlock DDT, but Swerve reverses it and go for the big pressure, which is like he has some like this and like a driver, and so he goes for the pin. 1, 2, Andrade kicks out. Andrade kicks out. Then he decides to go for the swerve stomp, but here comes Humberto. Then Humberto, out of a sudden, he comes from the audience, and the ref is like, trying to get him back, but out of nowhere, here comes Garza, and he pushes him onto the side of the ring, and so Andrade, he hits him with the double knees with Swerve, lying on the ring post. So, like his head and the ring post have clashed together. Yeah, so he's like mega out of it. So then he brings back Swerve in, goes for a hammerlock DDT. 1, 2, no, and Andrade can't believe it. He thought that was the end game. So then he decides, he wants to humiliate Swerve. So he goes to the top rope. He's looking for a swerve stomp, but he misses, and Swerve clocks him with the house call. But Swerve is like, this guy tried to steal my move. He wants to end me. Well, I'm gonna end him. So he keeps hitting him with house calls over and over and over again. He hits him with like 5 of them. Then he goes with a JML driver, and then Swerve, he goes for the coup de grace, goes to the top rope. Andrade's out of it, hits him with the swerve stomp, goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3. Swerve is your new GPW world champion. The Latin Syndicate has been overthrown. That's it.
So I think the right person won. I do think the finish would have been better if you just had him do the house calls and like have like him go to do a last one and what's his name? Drawing a blank, sorry. Almost if he just like collapsed and then Swerve went for the pin or something. I think you didn't need to do like this, the driver, then also do the swerve stomp. So, but that's a nitpicky thing. The promos weren't. Some of the promos were iffy, especially on Swerve's end. They got a little, like him calling him hombres and stuff was a little iffy. So, but I like the match was good. The right man won. I like the idea of the syndicate. I'm going to give you a 4.75 for this one.
Okay. next.
I thought it was all right. What Damone said, but I don't really have any problems with it. I'll be honest with you. I was kind of, it was there for me. I didn't really. I think it was the accents. I don't know. 3.75.
Okay.
Got to go all in, man. I
Um,
love it.
I feel the exact same way Damone did, where the biggest problem was like Swerve sounding a little racial, even though he's the baby face. So that rubbed me a little weird. But I think otherwise, good story and good match and good ending. So I'm gonna stick with the same 4.75 Damone gave.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, they pretty much nailed it. I feel like there were a couple things Swerve said. I was like, that's a little racist, but it felt like Attitude Era Babyface when they was
Yeah.
just saying some racist shit, and the crowd was like, "Yeah, he's a Mexican." They just that's what it felt like a little bit. But I do like. I can tell you spent a lot of time on this, and I feel like this is easily your best storyline in my opinion. I like the idea of the Latin Syndicate. I like the name. I like the people in it. I like the matchup with Swerve. The right man won, and I also agree 4.75. Me nitpicking that his this kind of an
Yeah.
outdated baby face with the racial shit, but
Yeah, the promos. Yeah, I know. I tried to make. Maybe I went a bit too gritty with it.
Bump my score up to
Like, I get what you-
4.75 just as a send off for BookItVerse and a nice bow tie there.
Hey,
Damn, High Fly Nice comes back now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
High Five Nice
Yeah,
came.
I mean, it's not like
Save
it's in the
that-
running.
Save that dollar for me, for Abe Lincoln. But yeah, I think I get what you were going with I get what you were doing with Swerve. Like you were trying to do like he's a baby face, but he does says crazy shit like I guess current Swerve kind of and MJF when he was a baby face. I get what you were going for, but yeah, it's a delicate balance, and you stepped a little too far to the right there.
Mm-hmm.
And that was pun intended.
I was gonna say I heard something there.
During election season is crazy. Sean, does that conclude your show tonight?
Yep, and that concludes the show. So I think the ratings over the two parts. I feel I did pretty good. Obviously, I would say the best matches were obviously the coffin match and the main event. There were some matches that were questionable, like some were too convoluted, like the tag team match. Some were like way too long that didn't deserve it, like the women's tag team, then rehashing of the same stories. But overall, I felt like I did pretty good for my first BookItVerse.
Yeah, I agree. I think you had a great first showing, and it was better than our first BookItVerses. If you go listen to some of our early stuff, you'll hear some lowlights. But I think you gave it a great swing, and we did it. So what?
That's not true.
All my stuff is highlights.
Get the fuck out of here! You're the one.
I doubt that.
You ruined one of our BookItVerses with a bad call. That's all I'm saying.
The Dream has no memory of this.
They don't remember like Mike's first BookItVerse show.
I mean,
or
Kevin's
Kevin Steen show.
Shit.
The Kevin Steen
All
show
I did
didn't
was
happen.
rewrite WCW.
We've all had some low times, but Sean, we appreciate you coming on. We appreciate your BookItVerse and the work that it took to be a part of it. And we appreciate your support week after week. So thank you for being here, and thank you for contributing. Why don't you tell us where they can find you, Wild Card?
You can find me, in the reach for the ropes wrestling Facebook group. Come out here and have a good time. And also do guest work for like book it, Geek in the Sheets, not a real court, and yeah, so like come out and have a good time. We talk about lots of crazy stuff.
And he got like 4 of Kenny's 37 shows. Speaking of, bad guy, tell us what your 37 shows. I know it's out of order, but
Before I do that, though, I'm going to give him his scores. I have his scores ready right here.
oh shit.
Yeah, so I was a hater. All right.
You usually are.
Surprise.
So
Kenny might be a hater of the year dark horse this year.
he's gonna be dark. That's crazy.
Hey,
Mike,
hey, yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
I'm not a swerve promo.
that's crazy.
Wild.
I'm just messing with him.
In 2024, crazy. BOA.
Okay. Well, we're close. February's close. All right, so Mike gave you a solid 4 for your show. Damone gave you a 3.77.
Okay.
John gave you a 3.89. This is out of 5, by the way. And
Okay.
I gave you a 2.63.
God damn.
Kenny's bullying
I
on
did
here.
not realize
It was
you
that
rated
that
low.
1.5 I gave you that first show. Snoop and fucking
Oh.
yeah, that ruined it for
I
you.
mean, I gave that a 240, but that didn't even take me that much.
I
You
gave
just
it
hated
like
something
I
else.
gave it like a 2. The 2.
No,
I
you
think
gave
it was
it-
the both middle.
you
Both
gave it a
middle
1.
matches. Yeah, I gave it a 1. It was both middle matches that like kind of screwed you on both shows.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
Especially for
Yeah, it's
Kenny.
basic.
Those are like
Yeah,
the
it's
ones
basically
that got you.
basically it's like the same. It's like the same one. Like it was great. It was a good opener, and like the middle match is like, oh, okay, you did your stuff,
Are
and
we
like the
doing
main
this?
event is like really good stuff.
Yeah, he
It's
put it
basically
in
the
there.
same part.
It's the sandwich. If you're gonna do a
And your
wrestling card, it's a
total-
little bit how you do it.
Your total for the pay-per-view is a 3.57.
Okay, I'll take that. I'll
That's
take
not a
that.
bad show.
That's that's
Especially for your
that's
first show.
above mid. Yeah,
Yeah.
especially for your first
That
time.
beats a lot of our shows.
Beat a lot of your shows.
Mike, you have the worst show in history. Shut up. Like, the Kevin Steen show beat the worst show. Like, imagine losing to that.
We also graded a lot different in BookItVerse 1, so
You lost
there's
to
a lot
Master
of shit
Bait.
that I did then that I think would fly now.
You lost to spanking his juicy
Yeah.
ass.
Hey, I literally was choking
God.
on this drink.
And then I
just
won.
now.
How many? Wait, have you won a BookItVerse yet, John?
Damn.
Have you
I
won
have
one?
concept
Damn.
of
So
Book It
what you're
Verse.
saying is I went from doing the worst, didn't get to draft, and then I won.
I have concepts of a Book It Verse win.
He's against the ropes. He's against the ropes. John,
The
fight
ropes.
back.
I still have, all I'm saying is I have a W.
Uppercut him.
I have a W.
Uppercut him.
So
Protect
Well,
Protect
I got
your
two-time
face.
hater of the year, and I'm going for 3.
That's crazy. It's up
So
2-time hater.
I'm going for 3.
I'm gonna steal that. Too.
So bad guy, tell us about your 37 shows real quick.
You catch me on all social medias at Bad Guy Spoken. Catch the Bad Guy Spoken podcast on YouTube. You can also catch the football podcast, Unbiased, CTK Throw Little U on the same playlist. You can also catch Hood Movie Review all your favorite and not so favorite hood movies. We're stressed out on that show. I'll tell you that right now. We're stressed out. And then you can also catch Geek in the motherfucking sheets, where we talk about all things anime, Marvel, DC, Lord of the Rings, all that shit, Star Wars. And last but not least, you can also catch Not a Real Court, where we argue about best vegetables. Yeah, we're gonna do that.
We
Yeah.
switched it up.
Oh
Changed
my
it.
god.
Did we ever
It's
figure out what
coming!
the best?
It's coming.
Did we ever figure out what the best fruit was, or do I
I
have to
can't
tune
remember.
in to find that out?
You would have to. You would
I
have
feel
to
like
go
we-
back and watch it.
I feel like we already came up with that on Debatable. We did that way before.
What is a
That's
debatable?
And we did vegetables. I'm sure.
What is a debatable? What is that?
the best show on the internet?
Stephen A. Smith.
Is
That
it?
is no.
It's
that-
no longer a thing. It's no longer
It's
here.
still up
It's
there.
like-
You can
It's
still go
too
listen
good if
to
it got
it.
discontinued. It can't be
Yeah.
too good when Not a Real Court is still here.
We started out. That was.
Yeah, we're buried in our own
ESPN
product.
show. It's an ESPN
Hey,
show.
fuck primetime
now.
and
That's
Gravity
just our
too.
rebrand.
It's just a rebrand. Yeah, we've been here. Debatable is
D-Money?
gone.
We know we can't find you on Debatable anymore, but where can we find you?
Me?
Who?
Yeah.
Which one of us? It could be either one.
It could be any of us.
D-Money.
There's-
Oh, okay. I didn't hear you say my name. That applied. That what you said applied to both me and
That's
Mike.
true. But I said
Say,
D-Money.
and Kenny was on Debatable, wasn't he?
I was on that
Yeah,
tour
for a
van.
good, for a while.
Right.
But anyway,
Yeah.
you can find me on all the bullshits at T or Dumb Money T13. So DAMONEY T13. There's a 52% chance I'll answer or reply.
Ooh, that's increasing. And Mike, tell
It
us about how you
depends on the
tweet for
day.
us.
You can't find me. Don't look for me. I won't add you. I won't accept you. Everything's blocked. Fuck you.
God, I hate this fucking guy.
I will find you.
That's been an episode of Book It.
I mean,
I'll
you're
block
ya.
friends with me.
I will find you and I will block you.
Bye.
Simone, say the thing.
Eh.
Woo.